Happy Monday, best first graders! I have some really exciting news that we've been talking about for a whole week, and that is Slate finished his puzzle. Look at this beautiful unicorn Lisa Frank puzzle. 750 pieces! Good job, Slate! Also, Slate was working on his two-digit addition, setting it up on top of each other. Great job, Slate. Beautiful work. Some other friends sent me their hard work. Here's Lucas. He's got a nice whiteboard and whiteboard marker at home, working on that two-digit addition. It looks so good, Lucas. Good job, buddy. Here's Trent's hard work. Oh my goodness. It is so beautifully lined up with nice, neat lines. Great job. And he even challenged himself on the bottom with a three-digit. Nice job, Trent. And finally, here's Miss Emily working on her snap words using Play-Doh. Love that, and I love those twistable crayons. Those are some of my favorite things. Awesome job, guys. I love seeing you work at home. Feel free to have your parents send me lots of pictures of your hard work. It makes me so happy. I really miss you guys, and I think about you all the time. I hope that you're enjoying your time at home, but I wish we could be together at school. All right, so last week we worked on some snap words. They are if, other, called, how, after, it's. Oh no, they're not. These are our new snap words. We just finished it, people, made, only, is, use. Today we are working on, if, other, O-T-H-E-R, called, C-A-L-L-E-D, how, H-O-W, and after, A-F-T-E-R, and it's, which is not much harder than it from last week. So today you are going to do your rainbow writing in your notebook. Using 3 different colors, you're writing all 6 of those sight words 3 times in 3 different colors. Can you do more? You can always do more, but you can't do less. Great job. All right, we are going to read a story from our Greenfern Zoo book today. So if you don't have that in front of you, go ahead and grab it. It is about the reptile house. Ooh. And this reminds me of Miss Ava, who wants a snake. I wonder, Miss Ava, let us know if you got your snake or not. Maybe you could send us a picture of that. So, some words that I want you to know about before we get started into the story are the following. The first one is reptile. You say it. Reptile. Good job. And a reptile is a type of animal that includes snakes and lizards. Reptiles have scales. Here are different reptiles. We're not going to talk about any of these. We're only talking about snakes today. But these are a bunch of different reptiles. The next word is a garter snake. You say it. Garter snake. Very good. A garter snake is a snake that is harmless to humans. Let's talk about the word harmless. I know the word harm means to hurt or cause injury to someone. If I see the suffix, it's called a suffix, that's a 4th grade word, the suffix less added to harm, what do you think harmless means? Do you think it causes harm or does not cause harm? It's harmless. That means there is no injury. It's less harm. Great job. The next word is harmless. Of no harm or will not hurt. Perfect. That helps me know because it has the suffix less. Just like if someone says that they are careless, that means they do not care about something. They don't take care of it. If they say they are careful, that means they are full of care. If you say harmful, that means full of harm. All right, next, rattler. You say it. Rattler. Good job. A rattler is a snake with a rattle at the end of its tail whose bite is poisonous. Ooh, just looking at this picture gives me the heebie-jeebies. So here's a rattlesnake or rattler, and it is harmful to humans. The opposite of harmless. Okay, scales, you say it. Scales, good job. Scales are the rough outer covering on the skin of snakes and fish. Scales protect the body of the animal. Do we have scales on our bodies? No, because we are not reptiles. We are humans. We have skin. But these scales, here's a zoomed in version, protect the animal's body. The next word is desert dweller. You say it. Desert dweller. Good job. A desert dweller is an animal that lives in the desert, which is a hot, dry place that is often sandy. Here's a picture of a desert. There's a cactus, and it looks very dry. There's no water around, and hot. Coiling up, you say it. Coiling up, good job. Coiling up means wrapped around in a circle, and that's what this beautiful snake is doing. And this reminds me of a storybook called Verde, written by the same person that wrote Stella Luna. Maybe I'll find that story for us online so we can watch it. All right, so those are some words that I want you to look out for while you're listening to the story. Go ahead and find the reptile room and listen as I read. Your fingers are under the word as I say it. Who likes snakes? Ooh, I'm going to say that again because I see the question mark, and that means I have to say it with a little inflection at the end of my sentence. Who likes snakes? Hands up if you like them. Some kids like snakes best of all, and some kids can't stand them. If you do not like snakes, you can skip this next room, because it is the reptile room. Well, you can't skip it because we're going to read it together. Oh, here we are in the reptile room with Vern. This is a garter snake. Garter snakes feed on slugs, insects. Ooh, insects was one of our vocabulary words last week. And frogs. For those critters, another one of our vocabulary words. The garter snake is a killer. But for us, it is harmless. A garter snake could bite you, but its bite would not make you sick. All right, so we can like garter snakes. All right, we can see no fangs there. Looks like Vern's getting pretty close to him and he's not afraid. This is a rattler. He is a desert dweller that hunts for rats and rabbits. He has a pattern on his scales that helps him blend in and hide in the desert sands. When the rattler is hidden, it is hard for rats and rabbits to see him. Ooh, that reminds me of camouflage. There he is. Yucky. And I can tell he would blend in with the desert because he kind of looks like sand. A rattler is not harmless, so he's harmful. Like a garter snake, if you ever see this snake hissing and coiling up, you better stand back and let it be. The rattler has sharp fangs, and a bite from a rattler could kill you. But we are safe here in the reptile room. There is a sheet of glass keeping us safe from the snakes. Ooh, yucky. That reminds me of the chapter in Harry Potter that we read, where Harry vanishes the glass and that snake slithers out to chase Dudley. Ooh, that was an exciting chapter. Do you see something behind me? Snake. All right, let's turn to our kitty workbooks. And you are looking at page 73, 7 and a 3. Go ahead and get there with me, please. So, these are all short answer questions. That's how good you guys are getting. You don't even need to do multiple choice anymore. So, question 1 says, what do garter snakes feed on? What do garter snakes feed on? Ooh, so I am doing my sentence stem. I need a capital at the beginning of my sentence. Capital G looks like that in case you need a reminder. And my sentence stem is garter snakes feed on. So take a second to write that, and then I'll hold it so it's nice and clear. And you can pause my video so you can write that. Garter snakes feed on. And of course, I can't remember. I'm going to go back in my text and find some evidence to help me answer the question. Ooh, let's see. The first page is just talking about snakes. It's an introduction. The second paragraph says, this is a garter snake. Garter snakes feed on, here's our answer, feed on slugs, insects, and frogs. So there's 3 examples. You can only write 1. Can you do more? So take a minute to fill that in. Garter snakes feed on slugs, insects, and frogs. You can choose 1 or push yourself to write all 3. Now's a good time to pause if you need to. All right, let's go back to my second question. Why are garter snakes harmless for us? That's an important thing to pay attention to. Why are they harmless for us? Well, first of all, let's restate the question here. So question 2 is, garter snakes are harmless because, so go ahead and write your sentence stem for me. Garter snakes are harmless because, and let's go back in my text to find some evidence of why they are harmless. Let's see, we read the part about the critters it likes to eat. The halfway through it says, but for us, it is harmless. A garter snake could bite you, but its bite would not make you sick. So there's your answer right there. It's harmless because its bite would not make us sick. So fill that in. Pause it here so you can answer that question. I'll meet you on question 3. Ready? Okay. Question 3 says, a rattler has a pattern on his scales so that, ooh, they were so nice to you. They restated their question for you. A rattler has a pattern on his scales so that. Let's go back to the section about the rattlesnakes. Where do they talk about the pattern? All right, here's the first paragraph. Let's reread it to remind ourselves what they're talking about. This is a rattler. He is a desert dweller that hunts for rats and rabbits. Did that answer our question? No, not really. He has a pattern on his scales that helps him blend in and hide in the desert sand. Ding, 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 there's our answer. He has a pattern on his scales so that helps him blend in and hide in the desert sand. So all you're writing is the answer. You don't have to restate it. They restated it for you. What does that pattern help the rattler do? Excellent work. Okay, last question. Pause it if you need more time. I know I'm going fast. Question 4. Why is a rattler not harmless to us? Why is a rattler not harmless, so harmful, for us? So first we're going to restate our question. A rattler is not harmless because, take a minute to fill that in. A rattler is not harmless because, let's go back in the text. Ooh, very first sentence in this paragraph. A rattler is not harmless like a garter snake. If you ever see this snake hissing and coiling up, you better stand back and let it be. The rattler has sharp fangs, and a bite from a rattler could kill you. There we go. It has sharp fangs. That's our best answer choice. So fill that in on question 4. All right, great job. We are not done with the reptile room. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the contractions in the reptile room and do another contraction activity. We're not going to move on to the story quite yet. I am ready for us to move into math though, and you need your notebook that you just did your sight words in, fresh page, and we're going to turn it to the side like we did last time. Oh, goodbye, snake. I don't want to see that for a whole day. Okay, so we're going to practice some more addition. Remember, the most important thing is that you're lining up the 10s and the 1s in a nice straight line. We're going to practice setting the problem up because sometimes you might see the problem look like this. Hold on, let me put this in the middle. Okay, let's just focus on that. Okay, so first I have 24 plus 32. So it's not set up and down. I'm going to put it that way because it's much tidier and easier, and that's how I want you to solve them. So you're putting your paper upside down or sideways like we talked about. I'm writing 24. Alright guys. 24, 2 and a 4, plus 32. Look how neatly I put it right under the 1s and the 10s. And then I'm going to draw that line to keep them separate. Go ahead and write that on your paper. Boy, I missed my whiteboard, guys. Okay, so let's add. We always start with the 1s place. Where do we start? The 1s place. Good job. All right, so the 1s place says 4 plus 2. So put 4 in your brain. 4, 5, 6. 6 is my sum. So 6 goes right underneath. Keep it nice and tidy. All right, let's move on to my 10s place. 2 plus 3. I'm going to put the biggest number in my brain, even though it's not on top. 3, 4, 5. Good job. So put 5 right underneath. All right, so my final answer is 56. 5 and a 6. And we're going to go back and circle. Because look at all this hard work that I did. I want to circle my final answer so I remember, oh yeah, that's my best answer choice. All right, great job. Let's move on to the next question. All right. Ooh, this is unusual. 76 plus 10. There's nothing in the ones place. I'm going to do it just the same. Let's set it up. So 76, I can draw a line to separate that. 76, 7 and a 6 plus 10. So I have a 1. I'm going to put my addition sign and a 0 in my ones place. I'm going to draw my lines to keep them separate. And I always start in the ones place. I start in the ones place. Good job. 6 plus 0. Ooh, it's just like if I'm on a number line at 6 and I take 0 hops. 6 plus 0 is 6. That's it. So I bring it down in my ones place, keep it right in the ones place. Sorry, I know that's messy. And now I go to my tens place. 7 plus 1, put 7 in your brain and add up to 1. 7, 8. Great job. Make an S and close the gate. Alright, so my final answer is 86. 8 and a 6. Go ahead and circle it. I know I'm done with it. Alright, last problem. 31 plus 11. Alright, let's write it. 3 and a 1 plus 1 and a 1. I love all the practice you're getting setting these problems up. You're experts. Alright, let's start in the ones place. 1 plus 1, 1 in your brain, and count up by 1. 1, 2, great job. Put it right under the ones, please. And now the tens place. 3 plus 1, put 3 in your brain, and hop 1 more. 3 plus 1 is 4, great job. Keep it right under your tens so you know that's where it belongs. Alright, my final answer is 42, 4 and a 2. Excellent, great job. Okay, that's the only thing we're going to do for math today. I know that we just did this on Friday, but moms and dads, this is a brand new concept. It's really challenging, so we're going to make sure we lock it in and keep practicing it a couple times this week. I'm going to give you a worksheet that you can either print off like Slate did, or like Lucas was doing, he's writing on his whiteboard or another piece of paper, whatever you have at home. Trent was kind of doing the same thing with his notebook. That is perfect. You don't have to print it out. We need lots of extra practice. The worksheet I'm going to give you has a lot of problems on it. Maybe today you do all the even problems, and tomorrow you do all the odd problems. Maybe you cut the paper in half. Don't feel like you need to do all the problems, just enough until you get enough practice. I love seeing all your work this week. Please keep sending it to me. It really makes me feel connected to you guys. And I hope you have a really good day, and I will see you